What's up, guys? Welcome back to This Dude Started Something. Today we're hanging out with actor Sheldon Austin. He's been grinding in the industry, landing roles in commercials, short films, and even playing a guard on Amazon Prime Video's Beast Games. We've talked about Beast Games a lot on the podcast, and it's just super fun. We're actually thinking about applying for the next season. So, Beast Games, if you're listening to this, we want to compete. But anyways, we're going to talk about acting, finding an agent, and what it's really like to work on a huge set. Plus, Sheldon's got some hilarious stories, a wild movie idea, and big dreams for the future. If you've ever thought about acting or just love behind the scenes stories, this one's for you. Let's get into it.
All right, so Sheldon, I'm curious. So you were a guard on Beast Games. How did you come across that position? And I know you're also into acting too. Did it have something to do with it, or how did that?
Yeah. So I got the role through my agent, actually.
Okay.
She sent me the audition. So I sent in my audition, and then they had callbacks as well. And there was like two different kind of roles. There was a lead guard and a guard role. It's basically the same thing, but with the lead guard, you're kind of helping more with the organization of things and kind of helping run, I guess, procedures for the guards. Like if we needed to be somewhere on set, let's say at 3 p.m. or something, we would be in charge of kind of wrangling everybody together and making sure things go smoothly to help our producers and the other teams. So yeah, I got it through my agent, and then some of the other guards, it's like I don't think it was a public posting, but I think some people said they just saw it on the internet as well. But it was for a background role. So just like with other acting opportunities, a lot of the times they'll just post them like for general stuff.
Like
A
an
lot of the
extra
times
or
they're
something?
yeah, exactly. And there's things on like Facebook as well too. And then I believe it's under like different names, of course. Like they're not just gonna post like Beast Game Guard like
Right.
audition. They're gonna like have a code name for it. But yeah, I got mine through
Mm,
my agent.
So, what
okay.
was that audition like?
So we had like a one line audition for it. I can't really remember what it was, but I believe it was something along the lines of like, "Are you ready?" And then, like you had to like say it in a very
Five
what's the word I'm
million
looking?
dollars.
Yeah, yeah. It was more like a very authoritative
Yeah.
Mm.
tone where you're like, contestants, are you ready? Okay, let's go. So you just record that. It was a self tape. And then you send it in. If they liked it, you get your call back. And then with the callback, it was kind of like a get to know you kind of thing. And then what you're getting on board for as well.
Dude, that's
Dang.
interesting because like the guards, they don't really even have any lines in the show. So it's like I feel like they'd almost just check on like, do you have good posture? Are you
Yeah.
intimidating?
hmm
Like, yeah.
I feel like that may also come into it as well, but I think when you see me, I'm not very like brooding and like guard like,
Oh,
So
dude, yeah.
I don't know. I guess I also maybe from the callback with the interview process, it's kind of like a vibe check in a sense too.
Hmm.
So I guess they wanted to see people who are like easy to work with in that sense, because
Right.
in a production that big, you kind of want to make sure you have the best people on your production team, right?
And also, it's
Yeah.
kind of interesting because I heard some people speculating that the guards were actually like trained like
Mhm.
for protection and whatnot, but they're really just
Uh,
like actors, right?
yeah, I don't know about all that. Maybe some of us were, but I'm like me personally, I just have good vibes, you know? No no training or anything like that. Nothing specifically like guard related, I would say, like
Mhm.
security guard or anything like
Yeah.
Yeah.
that. There was a lot of people who have like fitness backgrounds though, so like personal training and like teachers and stuff like that too. So I think people in roles or occupations that are more like for taking authority and leading big groups. So I know in that sense, yeah, but about guards and like what's the word? I guess like self-defense. I
Right.
I don't know
Yeah.
about that.
Dude, yeah,
Yeah.
Ava and Ivy were like
Yeah.
starting a rumor about that, bro. So that's not
Yeah.
true. Dude, yeah, we had some contestants from Beast Games actually on the podcast a couple episodes ago, and they were the ones that brought that up.
Yeah.
Which that's interesting. Yeah, dude, if I saw you like without the like mask and everything, I think I'd just start laughing like in a good
Yeah,
way.
yeah,
Just 'cause
I
yeah.
mean, the production was so big that maybe there could have been guards that like actual people
True.
who are like security guards, but from what I know and like the people I worked with, I don't think any of us were. So yeah, we're just actors good at our job. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. How many were there? How many guards in total?
So I believe I want to say I know we had like about 50 or more at some point. I was supposed to go over my notes again before coming on here, but I forgot. But it could be like from any number from like 15 to 50 plus, because depending on the scene for the show or like the game slash event, you
Mhm.
might need more guards or you might need
That's true.
less. Yeah, yeah.
Right, okay. How did you get to know any of the other guards or, like? Because I mean, I guess backstage you probably did, but it seems like the guards just kinda don't talk to each other on the actual show because like, you just got your hood on and stuff, like,
Mhm.
did you get to know some of the other guards during the
Oh
film?
yeah, yeah. When anytime with the cameras weren't on or we weren't filming, we're just all kind of like together and like congregating behind the scenes or something like that in our holding area as well. So you get to know people, you get to network and stuff, and like everyone's pretty chill, which is nice. So yeah, and then anytime we were filming, we had to be in character, so very stoic, very
Mhm.
silent, and very like intimidating. So yeah.
Did you ever think about snagging some money for yourself?
Oh no, God no.
Dude,
Nah,
'cause you
never.
know, the scene where, like, he said it took all the guards to carry, like, the, 600,000 out or something, like, were you a part of that? Did you carry the money?
Um, was that the one where it was, we were pouring it on the stage, or the other one where
I'm thinking about the
I
one
think
with the guy that,
yeah, you're talking about the challenge where there was like $1,000,000 and like the last 10
mhm.
contestants could take however much they wanted.
Oh, yes, yes. Sorry, what was the original question again?
Were you there? Did you carry some of the money?
Oh, yeah, yeah, I did.
Okay.
I was actually the first guard walking up to the or up and, towards the tower for that, and it was real money. Yeah, it was heavy.
Dang.
Yeah,
I
That's
yeah,
bet.
crazy.
it was very heavy.
Do you think they lost like, bro, I was thinking about this because I feel like there was money just kinda blowing around,
Mhm.
like, do you
Mhm.
think they lost it like a dollar or something? Or, like, I mean, did you have to pick
Uh
it up?
I feel like majority of the time, if anything like that happened, I think we would just leave it because, well, essentially, as playing a guard, you kind of just have your role and like you already know what to do. So for
Mhm.
that, it's kind of just like walk out, pick up the money bag, and then go up the tower. So if something like that happened, or if you had to pivot, you still kind of just focus on your objective of getting up the tower. And I don't think they would lose money because the area is pretty big, and I feel like with the amount of cameras and people on set, someone would see it and probably pick it up and give it back to, the production team. So I feel like they didn't lose any money, and majority of the time when we filmed, it wasn't very windy either, so should have been good.
Okay.
Yeah, and the show started with 1,000 contestants for those who don't know, and every episode they slimmed down through challenges and games. Did they ever cut the amount of guards working in order to because right, you don't need the same amount of guards for 5 people at the end where you do as
Mhm.
like 1,000 or the 50 guards at the beginning?
Mhm. Yeah. So depending on like what the event was, and just like how you said, when they cut down the contestants as well, they wouldn't need the same amount of guards for everything. Whereas like the first episode with the 1,000 in it, we had I think majority of all the guards were there just for to set the ambiance,
Mhm.
watch all the not props, but the money and the contestants as well too.
Mhm.
So depending on what the event slash competition was for the episode, they would either need less or more guards. Yeah, but typically as it slimmed down, there were less guards as well.
Okay.
Gotcha. Yeah, dude. What would you be the guy to tackle somebody if they try to steal some of the money, or would you leave that out? Like, are there other like security guards on? I guess we already asked you that question, but like, what would you do if somebody was just trying to run away with like some of the cash? Like, was
I
there
w-
anything
oh
on
yeah.
set like crazy stories like that where somebody was like,
Uh no, surprisingly not. Like everyone was very like calm and collected, I would say.
Okay.
Even where the money was and stuff like that, like when we prepared it to bring it on stage or in the shot, it was kind of like in a hidden spot where a lot of people wouldn't even see it. So I think that also kind of what's the word? It kind of simmer down the idea or the opportunity to even try and steal some money. And if I saw someone doing that, I'd probably tell somebody else. I would stand there and be like, I'm a guard, you know? But
At
if they're
least
like,
point to 'em.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, they're like, we're
You're like,
gonna
"Hey,
fight
you'll
for
see
it.
it."
I'm like, hey, man.
Yeah, dude. It just seems like, I don't know, out of, like, 1,000 people, I'm kinda surprised that nobody had, like, a freak out where they just, like, lost it, you know? Like,
Mhm,
once they got out of the game, I mean, some people did get pretty emotional, but, I
mhm.
mean, it's just it's honestly pretty crazy that everything went as smooth as it did, you know?
Yeah, and I had the same thought as well, but from working on the set, you kind of got to see that a lot of the contestants really like grew together, I would say,
Mhm.
for I don't know how long they were all there, which was another thing I was thinking about on set. But you get to see how people like grow together, and a lot of them really talked about how good the experience is, or like they're just there for the experience. So I think it's something they really loved and liked to do as well. And I think that's why it kind of like went so smoothly or went smoothly as it did. They were just there to really enjoy it and enjoy
Yeah.
competing, I think, in a healthy way.
Where do the
Mhm.
guards sleep and hang out during all this, like, away from filming?
For sleep, we go home. We just went home.
Word?
Yeah. So a lot of us, well, not a lot of us. Some people are out of or come from out of town, or some people are in town. So yeah, you kind of know what you sign up for. And I think that's how like the acting industry also works too. Cause it's rare that you find big opportunities like these. So you kind of gotta roll with it, and you kind of are under the expectation that like it's gonna take some sacrificing, and in
Yeah.
this case it's like the commute for it. Luckily for me, I think I was about like an hour and a half to 2 hours away. If I take like a transit, if I take like an Uber or get a ride, I think it's only like 45 minutes, so not too bad. And then for in between sets, like just resting and stuff, or just hanging out, there's like a cafeteria or a holding area, like an office or something for us.
So you went home every single night then?
Yeah, yeah, I did.
Oh, dang, that's actually kind of a crazy commute.
Yeah, and then, sometimes it was like, if we did an overnight shoot into the next day as well too, you just go home, sleep, and then you wake up, it's the same day, but then you go back to work essentially, which isn't too crazy because I think that also adds to the experience of it,
Mhm.
unless I'm just crazy, but, you know, it's just kind of like a cool experience overall, I would say, yeah.
Oh,
But
for
there's, like, a
sure,
lot of
yeah.
standing involved.
Oh,
As
yeah,
a
yeah.
guard, if you only get 4 or 5 hours of sleep and you gotta stand there in nice posture, that's kinda
Yeah.
difficult.
Yeah, I think that was definitely one of the toughest parts of this role, like, just standing there, and you never really think that, standing would be so hard, but, like, when you think about, like, the science of it and how your body works, you're always, like, constantly in motion, so when you're just standing there, your bones and your muscles are just, like, there waiting to move, but everything's just kind of, like, on itself, and then gravity too. But yeah, it's pretty tough just standing there sometimes. But a lot of us, like the guards, we did a really good job at it. So it wasn't the worst thing. Yeah,
Yeah. It's kinda surprising that the human body hasn't figured out how to, like, sleep upright yet, you know what I mean?
yeah, you know. But evolution, I guess we never need to.
Probably because of
Maybe.
you guys, it'll happen.
Yeah, yeah, maybe.
Um,
Yeah, our
Yeah,
kids.
true.
dude, yeah.
Yeah.
Were any of the guards, like, tipping over? Like, you know what I mean?
Kind of, or like you would see people like bend their knees sometimes or
Oh,
like
yeah.
rotate their hips a little bit.
Yeah.
But like you could do like slight motion sometimes, especially when the
Mhm.
camera's not on you. Like whenever the camera's not on us, we're allowed to like move and like settle down a little bit, like change the guard posture and not be at attention. But even when the camera's on you, sometimes you could like cheat a little bit and just kind of like move your knees or something just so you can survive and not, like,
Yeah.
fall over or something.
So how did you know when the camera's on you? Like, what like, if is the are you saying each scene you're in is the camera on you, or, like, does it have
Uh,
different angles? Like Or
So
you
there's a lot of so I'm sure you guys know that there was so many cameras on set.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And then we also had earpieces, like radios connected to
Oh.
a channel for our team, like the guards and the producers in charge of us. So they would just communicate with us, letting us know like if we're seen on camera. And like let's say I'm standing there and I'm like slouching a little bit, maybe someone would be like, "Oh, hey Sheldon, like they can see you on camera. You're like slouching. You can fix your posture
Oh,
quickly,"
okay.
and then you would know. And then vice versa for like when you're not on camera, they'd just be like, "Oh, guys, you're not on camera, by the way. Like you can relax."
Oh, okay. That's actually
Yeah,
a lot. I didn't know you guys had earpieces. That's actually
yeah.
Yeah.
that's crazy.
hmm
Okay, I got a good question. Were you like during the whole filming of Beast Games, were there any contestants that you were like low key rooting for?
I was very biased in the sense that anytime I was placed somewhere with someone in front of me, I was always like, "You gotta win. You have to win."
Okay.
I remember, I think I was in the first competition, the little row elimination thing. I
Mhm.
believe I was the row third from the left side, I want to say, depending on how you see it. But let's say it was kind of lined up like this. I was the third row from that end. And I remember when they were walking in, like everyone was like ready, excited. I was like hyping them up. I was like, yeah, you guys got it, whatever. And then I think we like took a break or something and they filmed a scene and I came back and the row was gone. And I was like, yo, like I think I jinxed them or something, you
Dude.
know? And then same thing happened again with another competition or event. I forget what it was, but it was like this one dude I saw. I gotta rewatch the show and take notes because I gotta remember. But I was rooting for him again, and then he got eliminated, and I was like,
Mm.
damn,
Oh,
yeah,
dang. Don't let
yeah.
Sheldon root for you, bro. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah, sorry guys.
You're the
Yeah,
reason.
yeah.
Dude, that's crazy. Yeah, so you haven't rewatched it back yet then?
No, like I started episode 1 and then cuz a lot of my friends were like, "Oh, are you like can you see yourself in whatever?" So I watched it and then it was very like fast pace. So I was like, "Okay, I'm going to have to like really take my time and like skim through it every episode just to see where I can see myself or if not, maybe, but yeah. Yeah, I'm taking my time.
Yeah, you have to watch it on like slow-mo because
Yeah.
dude, it's very fast-paced, but I think that's what makes it intriguing, like, to keep watching,
Yeah, exactly. Mhm.
but because so many people these days
Yeah.
have little attention spans, it's like,
Mhm.
Mhm.
you really gotta keep their attention, but, yeah, dang, dude, so, yeah, that would be interesting to, like, see yourself again, but it's probably hard because it's like, you guys are all wearing the same outfit, you
Yeah,
know?
exactly. Exactly. And then we
So
had these little pins with numbers on them too. But I think the first maybe 5 scenes or 5 episodes that we shot with them, the numbers were individual. And then when we got more guards, we had to double up on numbers.
mhm.
So I had a pin that was number 2, and then my friend got one as well. But I'm a little bit taller than him. He's a little bit like jacked. So you can see the difference. But the only thing is, it's like if you see the little chess piece in the background and it says number 2, and you can't see the full body, I'm not gonna know if that's me or not. But from filming, I tried to remember specific scenes that I was in, but it's tough. It's
Oh, I
tough, you
bet,
know.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, does that I feel like it almost seemed like all kind of like a blur probably.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And when you're filming it, everything's like so like surreal and awesome and
Mhm.
like you're trying to take everything in and then it's like, okay, I got to go home, I got to sleep, and then I got to wake up to like go back to work, you know? So and then obviously you can't take behind the scenes photos cuz
Mhm.
filming rights and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
Right.
Did you get to
Um,
meet Jimmy at all?
not really like meet him, but I saw him a lot. Like obviously it's his show and then he's walking
Mhm.
around and stuff like that. So there were a couple times, I forget what day and what competition we were filming, but we did a scene like during the day and then we stopped filming for a bit and then he was just like sitting there on the chair and then everyone's like, "Oh my god, it's Mr. Beast." And I was like, "Whoa, like that's really what he looks like," you know? But I feel like I'm an older generation of like YouTube consumer, so I didn't really see a lot of his stuff till I got on the show, and I was like, okay, I don't really want to approach him and be like, I don't know any of your stuff, but nice to meet you, you know? But yeah, he was around set a lot of the time. So technically we did meet him. We took a group photo with him as well. I gotta find that somewhere. But yeah, yeah.
That's
Did you
cool.
know how big Beast Games was gonna be, like, before you got on the show, or when did you realize
Um,
that?
Um, I think I realized it when I saw the excitement on the contestants, because I always, like, heard about Mr. Beast, and then, like, I, like, knew about his, what was it? His chocolate bar? I forget what
The
it's called.
Feastable?
Yeah, the Feastable, yeah, I always heard about it, but I never saw them, but when I worked on set, I finally saw a Feastable,
Did you eat it?
and
Did you try it?
no, I didn't, I still have to. I still have to,
That was my
I
next
know.
question,
You went the
yeah.
whole show without eating all
Yeah,
this?
yeah, I know, I know. But yeah, I feel like I didn't really understand how big of a production it was, and then even when like reading all the papers and everything, like they was very discreet how they were saying like a big YouTube streamer, and I remember in my head I was like, oh, like is it for Mr. Beast or something? And then we went in, we got the callback, you got accepted, and they're like, "Yeah, congrats, guys, you're gonna be on Mr. Beast's show." And I was like, "Whoa, like that's pretty cool."
Yeah.
But back to the contestants' like excitement, I didn't realize how big of like an empire he kind of has and is. So no, I did not know how big it was gonna be. Yeah.
Dang, that's crazy. So, I mean, what made you take the job then? Were you just, kind of floating in and out of auditions and stuff, and you just decided to click that one?
Yeah, yeah, and I feel like in the acting industry, you kind of learn to kinda, like, take them as they come, you know?
Right.
Like, I've never done theater or anything like that, but I'd be open to trying it and, like, open to pursuing a role in it as well. So, when I got the audition, I just did it, and even still, because with the, description for the character, it was saying, like, military background, authoritative, and stuff like that too, and I was like, I don't think I really fit the bill, but let me send the audition in, right? So, yeah, you
And
just
you
kinda
play Call of
always.
Duty probably.
Huh?
You play Call of Duty?
I was more of a Halo kid.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
counts,
and
yeah.
now I'm, like, heavy Marvel Rivals, so but, yeah. So, yeah, you just kinda roll with it and pursue as many opportunities as you can, and yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
that's cool.
yeah, like, moving into other opportunities, is there anything you're working on right now? I saw for 2024, the Coca-Cola short film,
Oh,
that
yes,
really
yeah.
made me wanna drink,
Oh,
some
yeah.
and then also the Wingman that's in post-production, right?
Mhm. Yes, yes. So Coca-Cola, that was, yeah, last year in July. They were putting that commercial slash short film in the Cineplex theaters here, and I believe in the States it was AMC theaters. They showed it in December, I believe. That was a opportunity I got through Facebook. Actually, it was
Oh,
the
wow.
time during the strike. So I'm non-union, a non-union actor. So a lot of the times they were posting more frequently like non-union projects. And then I saw that one, I auditioned for it. Luckily I got it and it turned out great. And then with the Wingmen short film, we filmed that I think about 2 weeks ago, I want to say. It was in Oakville here in Ontario. And it's just like a student film and it was really fun. It's like a rom-com. So I always tell everyone it's kind of like a Zach and Cody kind of episode. Like if you
Oh,
guys
yeah.
happen to see it, it's pretty like uncanny, I want to say. But it was a great time, really fun. And then anything new right now? Nothing right now. But I'm always like looking for more like creative opportunities. So I've been thinking about even like writing my own shows or movies or characters for shows and movies, and then just pitching them to producers and the creators of the show. Because why not? You know. But as of right now, nothing right now. Yeah.
Gotcha.
What made you choose to go, into acting?
Mm, I used to watch a lot of CSI Miami with my family as a kid.
Okay.
So I also have a degree in biological anthropology and
Oh, wow.
forensic identification.
Oh, dang.
So I feel like two of my worlds collide in that sense because I remember thinking like just go to school, get your degree. It's kind of like what your parents tell you, right?
Yeah.
And I remember thinking like, okay, I don't want like a standard job or anything like that. So maybe I'll do forensics. That seems cool. So then I pursue that path and I realized it's like it's interesting, but it's not like my passion, you know?
Yeah.
So for acting, I started when like we have something called CNE here, or the exhibition. It's just like a I guess like a carnival in the sense. And they have like all these booths and stuff, and they had one for like acting. So I remember I signed up and I got their card. I went in for an audition, and then I realized it's kind of like fun, something I really liked. And as a kid, like you watch so much TV and like anime and different animated shows as well. And as I grew older, I realized I was like, okay, maybe like I can do that too. So then I want to say when I was in grade 11 is when I started to pursue acting more. And I started with a lot of like background acting as well, just to like get my foot in the door and kind of see what it's like and what it's about. But honestly, it's something I really enjoy. I would really love to get into voice acting as well. But yeah, playing characters are super fun. I feel like it fits my bill very well. I have like a lot of energy. If you catch me at work, I'm always monologuing. So, you
Oh,
know.
dude, I feel like I could totally see you doing voice acting, bro. You
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely got the voice
thank
for it.
you.
Dude,
Yeah.
yeah, and like, dude, I could see, oh man, what kind of character could you see him playing all over? Like a superhero or something, maybe.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I would love to do that. I would love to. I
Like a
remember
funny
huh?
superhero. There's no like funny superheroes.
That's true. That is true. A lot of
Yeah.
them are very like what's the word? Cocky and like
Mhm.
quirky or confident in that sense, and that's like
Yeah.
their humor. But you know, you're right. There's not really a funny superhero. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Deadpool is about the closest you get, and
Oh, yes.
Oh,
You're
you're right.
right.
You're
You're
it's
right.
even a
right.
little psychotic,
Yeah.
it's not even really funny, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but there's not like really like a superhero that I feel like I'd want to go up to and like talk to really like
Mm.
comfortably. Like I feel like I
Oh,
could walk up to
That's a
you.
good point.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I don't know if it's just intimidating. Like if he's wearing a cape or something, I'm like, bro, I don't want to like go slip on his,
yeah, yeah.
cape or whatever. But like you, I feel like I'd walk up to you, man. And
Yeah.
Thank you.
dude, so we got to make that happen, man. We got to do
Yeah,
like
absolutely. Who do
real
we have to
cartoon thing,
contact? Netflix,
Yeah.
Amazon
like
Prime.
Marvel Studios or something, bro.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Let's do
Marvel,
it.
Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah,
He comes to Toronto a lot actually. I think he
really.
we have a hospital here called Sick Kids, so he does a lot of like what's the word? Fundraising events for them.
Oh, cool. That's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
It
awesome. What else is there that you to do in um Toronto? Have you lived there like your whole life?
Yeah, yeah. Born and raised here. Some other things, a lot of people go to the Eden Center. So it's like a yeah, it's a pretty big mall. So either shopping or just kill time. There's the CN Tower that you can see, which is our like
Oh yeah.
big ass tower thing. Am I allowed to
That's
swear
probably
on
going.
here?
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, you're fine.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Because of
um,
Drake, I feel like everybody's going there now.
yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
that too. We have Ripley's Aquarium beside the CN Tower. What else? What else?
Ripley's, is that like the gum guy?
Um,
Or
it I don't think so. I always assumed, do you guys
oh wait,
know
that's
this?
Wrigley's. That's
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
my
Have you
bad.
guys heard of, Ripley's Believe It or Not?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I assumed it was kind of like in partnership with, but I have no
Mhm.
clue. But it's just Ripley's Aquarium, and then so often we have like Comic Con, Anime North, but Anime North is more in Mississauga area, I believe. It's like west of Toronto. What else? Concerts all the time, which happen at the Rogers Center, again beside the CN Tower. Basically, downtown is like a big hub of things to do, and
Hmm.
then CNE is just like one stop away from Union Station, and Union Station again is downtown. But yeah, there's a lot of things to do. People love to do karaoke, go get sushi, different kinds of cultural foods as well. Yeah, I feel like majority. I feel like that's it, or at least those are the things I like to do.
Mhm.
But yeah,
Yeah, no, that sounds fun. I want to go there.
yeah, yeah.
So whenever you're looking for roles, do you apply only in or audition only in Canada, or do you do roles in the US as well? Like, have you been here for
Uh,
anything?
No, I haven't. Not yet. But so far, all the roles I've auditioned for have been for Canadian projects. When I was younger, actually, I auditioned for Power Rangers, I think, three
Ooh,
times. Yeah, yeah. I was a
that'd be
huge
a good
Power
one.
Ranger fan as a kid. So I remember this was before I even had an agent, but I found who I think it was like the casting producer was of Power Rangers. So I like messaged her on Facebook. I was like, hey, like I'm a young actor. Can I audition? She was like, "Yeah, sure." So I like consecutively did it for like I think the 3 years in a row, and I feel like the audition was getting better. But I think now Power Rangers is done. I believe like it's they stopped production for it. I think in New Zealand slash America. But yeah, yeah. Everything other than Power Rangers has been in Canada. Yeah. Oh, I think I want to say there are more opportunities in the States than there are in Canada.
Mhm.
They also say like Vancouver's a good spot too. So
Mm.
another province instead of Ontario here. But yeah, I think the States has a lot more.
Yeah. No, I can see that.
Vancouver's like a lot farther, like further from you than the States would be, though, right?
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
It's a lot.
Exactly. Which is so interesting because I'm like same country, but
Yeah, that's weird.
geography.
Yeah.
Yeah. What would be, like, your dream role to
Mm.
play as an actor?
Dream role. I always say that I would love to be like the lovable side character. Like you don't see me all the time in the show, but
Uh,
when you do, it's always a great time, you know?
yeah.
I feel like a show with a good side character is always so easy to digest. Like
Yeah.
I was rewatching Superstore the other day. Have you guys seen that show?
A little bit of it.
Yeah, so there's a character, her name's Sandra, and if you continue watching the show, you see how she like develops and grows, but she is so funny because she's just so like unhinged sometimes. Like do you care for spoiler warnings?
No, go ahead.
Okay. Okay. There's like a scene in the show where there's a tornado going through the store in like the city. So everyone's like running for their lives. But Sandra has beef with this one character named Carol, right? So Sandra's like ushering in all the shoppers and she's like, okay, get in, get safe. And then she's about to close the door. And then Carol shows up and she's like, wait, and then Sandra just looks at her and she just closes the door and smiles. And I was like, that's so funny. And it's like she's such
Dude.
a silent, quiet character that you rarely see. And she's over here like letting this woman get eat by the hurricane,
Yeah,
you
wait, did
know?
she get sucked by the NATO, dude?
Yeah, she tried to, but she survived. And then later on in
Vegas?
the show, Carol's like, "Yeah, Sandra tried to kill you." And then Sandra's like, "I didn't try to kill you. I just didn't try to save you." And
Oh,
I was like,
shoot.
"Damn, can't fuck with Sandra like that, you know?"
Oh, dude, I could
That's
definitely see you
funny.
rocking, like, a side character for sure, like,
Mhm.
dude, you're right, any show that
Wait,
has, like, a good side character is like Hannah Montana, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
dude, I see him as like the tech guy. Like, I feel like
Tech
you could be
guy?
like a funny tech guy in like an action movie.
Oh. Ooh,
Mm.
I could see that too. Yeah. I feel like I'd just be like, "It's simple. You just gotta rewire the A to the B to the," you know? Yeah.
Gonna break through the
Yeah,
firewall,
you're the
Yeah,
tech
dude.
yeah.
hero.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, dude, or like, I feel like it's probably just the headset you got on right now, but,
Yeah,
like, air
probably.
traffic controller with
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, dude. No, that's cool, man. So, what other stuff, like do you think you'll do anything with your forensics,
I
thing?
always think about that, but I feel like it's like generational anxiety in my brain. Just always like, you should use your degree and stuff like that. But I feel like at the same time, the job market is still so scarce because
Mhm.
even after I graduated, I still applied for about like a year and a half. And then I didn't hear anything back. So at my retail job, uh, took a higher position, like a manager position, and then did that for like a year and a half. And then after that, I went back to school for video game development. Didn't love that. So then that's when I started doing more principal acting roles and like looking for agencies and stuff like that too. But I would love to still use my degree and like be a jack of all trades. Like I feel like it's so cool, like just learning things and like doing so many different things too. But yeah, I would love to, but the job market, they're not serious, you know? So,
Yeah.
yeah.
It would be cool if you could do, like, both, like, find an acting role that has to do with, Or like the show you watched with your parents, was it
Oh
CSI?
yeah, CSI, yeah.
Yeah, that would be perfect, dude. Or like
Yeah,
you could
right?
actually do it. Like you could literally do it wouldn't even be acting. It would just be you doing forensics and they're filming it.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but it could also help you on the writing side where you could write more logically what's going
Mm.
on because you understand the processes for like mystery and crime. Like,
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
That's true. That's a good point, dude. Yeah, so do you have any ideas cooking up as far as the writing goes right now?
I kind of wanted to like write a movie, kind of like Scary Movie. Have you guys seen that? Scary Movie, like the
no.
parody?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
I know what you're talking about. Isn't there
Yeah,
like
yeah,
5
I
of
know what
them?
you're talking about. Yeah.
it's like the funny scary movie.
Hmm.
Mhm, yeah.
Yeah, with
There's like three of them.
yeah, yeah, exactly. But more in the sense of like so like back in the day, and I feel like actually I don't think I see it too much now, but like you know how the typical thing is like the black guy dies first.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
gotta get rid of that, man.
Yeah,
Like
yeah. I want to like write a movie about that, but in the sense it's like the black people are just miraculously like surviving catastrophic events, you know?
yeah,
And
dude.
then obviously it's a satirical take on
Dude,
how
that's
the industry
funny,
writes
dude.
us. Yeah. I
Dude,
know.
that's
I
so funny.
I just gotta write it and pitch it to the right people.
Yeah.
But hopefully maybe they'll see this too. And yeah,
Oh, yeah. Dude, you
yeah.
could yeah, you could get eaten by, like, a shark and then, like, you know what I'm saying? They just
It
come
like
out
gets indigestion or something,
yeah,
you know?
dude, you just pop out, no scratch at all, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, dude, that'd be sick, bro. Or get, like, scraped underneath a cruise ship and, like, you're good. Dude,
Right?
that'd be awesome, bro.
Yeah, so I'm
Dude,
cooking, you know? I just gotta apply myself.
Hmm.
Yeah.
yeah. Who would you get in the movie? Like, let's say money doesn't matter, you could get
Mhm.
anybody in the movie.
I like that.
Who would you
Ooh,
get?
that's something I never thought about, but, honestly, I always think about, like, giving smaller names bigger chances. So,
Okay.
honestly, if I could make the movie with people kinda like myself or on the same level as me,
Mhm.
like one role on a show or something, or even no roles, I think that would be ideal. And I think a lot of the times we don't get to see a lot of good talent because we're so focused on like the big names, and the
Very
big
true.
names like get their titles, like they make it good. But I've thought about like who I would present it to or pitch it to. Like I was thinking about like Quinta Brunson, creator of Abbott Elementary, and like she was a big
Mm.
YouTuber back in the day as well, or YouTuber and I think Vine, or Issa Rae as well. She just produced the movie with Kiki Palmer and SZA, One of Them Days.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah. But for cast wise, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like Jordan Peele would have to be in it because he's always
Oh,
very funny, but
absolutely.
he's focusing more on his thriller or psychological thrillers, I think, because he did
Yeah.
Nope, and did
What
he
was the other
do
one?
Get Out? I think.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
he did.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
I
Uh-huh.
think.
Which yeah, is he doing another one, do you know?
Um, I feel like I might have seen something about it, but I can't remember.
Dude, he's so funny though, like,
Yeah, right?
it's just crazy I mean, obviously, he's produced like, those movies are good.
Mhm.
It's just interesting, like, you watch Key and Peele, and it's like, you never would think that he would make that type of role.
Yeah,
But he's
yeah,
just such
right?
a creative person, I feel like he can do it all, you know?
Exactly. Yeah.
But that would be a good role for him to play in your movie, would be
Right?
awesome.
Right? Or he can produce it if he wants.
Oh, true, yeah. Oh, yeah, and he would I feel like he would like that idea too, because I feel like he definitely plays off of, like, he definitely dives into race and, like,
Yeah.
those types of movies, with those
Mhm.
psychological movies.
Mhm.
So, dude, that would be cool.
Yeah.
Um, I would be the white guy that dies first in your
No.
movie. Yeah.
No, no, I would have to save you guys, you know? We'd be having a podcast and then it explodes, but then I
Oh,
use my tech whiz stuff to save you guys, you know?
my mic blows up or something, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, yeah.
For sure.
Oh, yeah, that's good, man. Oliver, you got anything else right now?
Yeah, so for all the other young actors or aspiring actors, you have an agent. How do you get an agent? Because it's hard to just find roles by yourself, or if you think that's a good option too, how do you go about that? Like, what should aspiring actors be doing right now?
I would say if you don't have an agent, just try to find student projects or smaller projects that are casting people and apply for those, audition for those. And then for your agents, I would say look at the union site for your country or city, or I guess, no, it would be country. So I think for you guys, it's, is it ACTRA? I think so. I can't remember. Sorry, actors, if I'm saying this wrong. But your actor. No, I think actress for Canada. You guys, I want to say it's SAG-ACTRA. I can't remember. But go on the union website and then see like which agencies are under that, so that you know they're like more legit, and you can kind of trust them, because there's a lot of agencies out here that like scam people and
Mhm.
just take your money as well. You never have to pay your agent because they get commission off of what you make. So, like from the shows and whatever commercials you do, they get a percentage of it. So they don't charge you upfront or annually or anything like
Oh,
that.
that's cool. Then there's, like,
And
no point to not get one, really.
yeah,
Like
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I will say it is kind of hard per se, because sometimes the roster's not open or they're not looking for people at the moment. And I've also heard from other friends that if you kind of have like a similar look to people, it's harder because you'll be given the same auditions. So essentially it kind of cuts your chances in half, right? If you look
mhm.
very similar to another person. So the more unique you are, the better chances you have as well for casting. But I
Yeah.
would say do both still, like, work with your agent and look for your side projects as well, because it's just like practice, networking, and more opportunities.
Yeah.
Yeah, what is, like, getting an agent look like? Would you have to audition for that as well, or do they just is it kind of more of like a write, like, a little bit about yourself? Like, do they pick you, or how does that work?
So for my agent, and luckily before I had the meeting with them, I did a couple projects so I could put a reel together. And with my reel, I just sent it to them with my get to know me kind of paragraph of like what I've been
Mhm.
doing, what my goals are, and where I see myself as an actor. And then sometimes they'll do like a Zoom call or a phone call. I believe I did the Zoom call with them. And then typically, I think they'll know if they want to take you on or not.
Yeah.
And sometimes I think they will also make you not like audition, but you might do a monologue or something like that.
Yeah.
I think it's very like agency dependent. They might ask you to do different things,
Mhm.
but it's like a big range of things, I'll say. Yeah.
So, who could they technically I'm not saying they should, but I'm just saying, could they technically cut somebody off? Like if could your agent be like, "Sorry, Sheldon, man, like it's just not working out." Like, is that you know, what I mean, who's working for who here? Or could you? I mean, obviously you could leave too,
Mhm.
but is that like a risk? Like your agent might cut you off if it's not going too well.
I think that is a possibility, to be honest, because I think in the contract it says, obviously, like if you breach the contract, or they have things of like, what's the word? Uh, I can't really remember the specific term for it, but obviously, if I'm being like a dickhead to my agent, they'll
Mhm.
just like let me go, right? But at the same time, I think, like you said, like if you're not landing a lot of work, I think they can also let you go, but you can also leave at your own time.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like something you learn and something you're just kind of like, it is what it is, you know?
Right.
And I would say it's not like the end of an opportunity, because then again, you can go find another agent, or if you want to do your own thing for a little bit too, you can. But yeah, I think it's kind of like you work for each other in that sense, because they get you the auditions and then you get them the commission fees if you
Yeah.
land the role, right? So yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and I think that's
Yeah.
a good point for the aspiring actors is to not get with an agent that's going to charge you up front, because then
Mhm.
that de-incentivizes them to find you a role because now they're getting
Exactly.
paid either way. Whereas
Mhm.
if they're only getting paid if you land roles, they're more inclined to get you those roles, right?
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly.
You're working together, you know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Mhm. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Dang.
that's pretty cool.
Mhm.
I think it's a lot I feel like it's I mean, I'm not saying it's easy, but I think it's definitely accessible. It's a lot more accessible than people realize, I think, who are
Mhm.
getting out there into the acting world. Like, they think, "Oh, an agent? What? Like, you gotta be, like, famous for that or whatever, probably."
Mhm.
But, like,
Yeah, and
no,
I
I
think
mean,
oh,
no.
sorry, continue.
No, you go ahead. Yeah, I was done.
But yeah, like how you said, I think that was why I started, I wanna say late, but I started when I'm 27 now, and I want to say in grade 11, maybe I'm 14. I don't know. But I started in my late teenage years. So I think because as a kid I was very much like, oh, like I can never be an actor. Like that's not my thing. Like that's too hard of a career, you know? And then as you get older, you're like, oh wait, like the internet's a thing. I have access to so many like opportunities. And like you said, it's not as hard as it really seems. Like there's definitely opportunities and chances and outlets for you to use and pursue and like resources as well to find these different agents or even like a chance like even if you get an interview and it doesn't go well, at least you still did it and like you know what to expect, and it's kind of good because you get more experience from it as well. But yeah, it's not like super hard, I would say, you know.
Do you think it's harder to be an actor today or like 50 years ago?
mm, i want to say I want to say 50 years ago, because a lot of the things behind the scenes for actors, like you hear about a lot of the child actors. There was the thing about the actress who played Dorothy on the set of uh,
Wizard of Oz.
yeah, Wizard of Oz as well too. And I think back in the day it was very much that whole idea of like, okay, you work for us, like you're a prop. So you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that, whatever, get this shot, no matter the cost. But I think nowadays with like social media and digital footprint and people being more aware of like their rights and like just like taking out your phone to film something or a conversation, I think now a lot of companies and productions are, I don't want to say scared, but like they're more scared to like kind of push around people and stuff like
Or like
that.
take advantage of somebody. It's not
Yeah,
there's less of that
yeah,
now.
exactly. Um, uh, and I think with that in mind as well too, I kind of lost my train of thought. But yeah, yeah, I would say it was harder 50 years ago. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not saying that I get roles every day, you know,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, because
but
I almost
yeah.
feel like there's maybe more competition today though because it's
Mhm.
Hmm.
so accessible, like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, I feel like back in the day, if you happen to live in, like, LA, maybe, like, you could audition for some stuff.
Hmm.
But, like, nowadays, I feel like they're filming a lot more places, you know?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And
But yeah, I don't know. I
But,
don't
like,
know,
back then
man.
it was about connections too, and it's still
True.
about connections today.
yeah, that is true. And like a lot of the shows, like I saw this like TikTok the other day where it was showing like the cast of the Vampire Diaries and then the cast of, I forget what it was, but it was another show, something Crosswell, I think, and they had a lot of the same actors in it. And I was really like, going through the comments because I was like, oh, like, what's this about? And they were saying that the producers of the Vampire Diaries are the same producers of the other show, so they just had the same actors like play
They
these other
just
characters.
copied
Yeah,
and pasted them
yeah,
for
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Mhm.
I mean, it probably saves a lot of time and money,
Yeah,
but,
and you'll know who you're working with too. So.
that's true, they already have, like, a bunch of chemistry and stuff together probably.
Mhm.
But then it's like you also risk it being, like, the same exact show.
Yeah, yeah,
Right.
exactly. The same like flavor, just different
Yeah.
font, you know?
Right, right,
Mhm.
right. Dude, that is a big water bottle, dude.
Yeah. It's got like these little what's it called?
Oh,
These
like motivational stuff?
yeah, I never follow them or listen to them, but
Yeah,
That's funny.
dude. Wait, so what is it, it's same time zone there, right? It's 2
yeah.
o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Mhm.
You're doing pretty good. Is that your first jug of the day?
Yes. Yeah, it is. Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
We should probably get down to the midline,
Yeah, yeah, I really should. I was like looking at it, it's like at 9 a.m. and I was like, "Oh,
A little bit hot. Maybe we need to take a little water break, bro.
yeah, yeah."
I'm playing.
That's
But, yeah, Oliver, you got something?
So, Sheldon, when it comes to reaching out to people, finding new roles and new opportunities, do you let your agent do that 100%, or do you yourself like DM people or audition on your own or apply to stuff on your own?
So depending on your agent and like what your contract says, you can either do that or you can't, I believe. But with my agency, like whatever the audition she finds for me, she'll get the commission from that. But anything I find by myself, like if it's through Facebook or another site, that's like all me, and that's fair
Okay.
game as well too. So it's pretty like lenient, I want to say, which is nice too, because
Yeah.
then you kind of get this like form of stability with your agent as well, and then you can still like take your chances by DMing people or like applying for other projects on different sites.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, because
that's
I
cool
feel
'cause
like it would
yeah,
sorry, you
go
go ahead,
ahead.
Oliver.
No, no,
No,
you
no,
go.
no, 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 no. No, 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 you go, you go, you go.
Yeah, I was
I
gonna
wasn't
say
gonna
that's
say it.
cool because, like, some agents I could see being like, "Okay, even if you find it, I'm still your agent. I'm entitled to that commission." But that's cool that
Yeah,
you find it, it's 100% you.
yeah, exactly.
Oh, that yeah, that is nice. And like I feel like I would get a little antsy, like just depending on my agent, you know.
Hmm.
Like
Yeah.
I would want to be reaching out, making sure I'm still getting opportunities and stuff.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Because like think about an agent's role, they got so much responsibility, like so much like on their roster, you know.
Yeah,
And it's
exactly.
like, dang, like that's a big job because like you have to know who would be good for this role,
Hmm.
you know. It's almost like being I don't know what they call them, like the casters of a movie or whatever.
Mm. Casting director.
Yeah, like that's a whole separate role,
Yeah.
which I didn't even realize that, but
Mm-hmm.
it's like a whole separate role, and that's almost kind of like an agent's job too, like behind the scenes. You got to know, okay, who would be more likely to get this role,
Hmm.
out of my roster.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's pretty cool. Yeah. I'm trying to think of something else I've been wondering about. Um, do you think Oh, I was gonna ask you, kind of going back to Beast games.
Hmm.
I know we're kind of all over the place, but was there any like, this is kind of a fun one, but like, were there any other games that you like liked more in particular? Like, any
Mm.
favorites?
I missed the cube game, but from everybody that worked on that day said it was really cool. Like the one where people were in the boxes and they could ask for anything.
Oh, yeah.
Oh
So I
yeah.
really wanted to go to that, but at the same time, I went to Fan Expo that weekend with my friend. It's just like another convention we have here. But a lot of my friends and like co-guards were saying like, yeah, like I got to like bring in the puppies or the kittens, like all these things, and I was like, God damn it, like that's all like the fun stuff, you know?
Dude, that would
Uh,
be fun, man.
yeah, right. Because then like you could they could ask for anything, you know?
Bro,
So
why was nobody asking for $5 million,
I
bro?
don't know. I don't know.
Well, 'cause I don't think you could ask for money. It could be anything you
Um, mm.
Okay, okay. Well, still, dude, like,
Uh-huh.
I don't
like,
know.
some
Give
people
me
were getting
like,
massages and stuff.
Yeah.
yeah,
Or tattoo, I think.
Yeah, yeah, tattoos.
Uh-huh. It's
yeah.
pretty cool, but I
But
think
like,
that was the most fun one, yeah.
give me the code to like Jimmy's safe or something,
Yeah, yeah, right?
But yeah, some people got creative. But, man, I feel like, dude, Oliver, if we were in there, like, what would you ask for?
Man, because like, it has to be an experience. I don't think it can be, like, a product you can take with you.
Okay.
So, man, maybe, like, I'd ask for, like, a FaceTime call with someone, like, crazy. Like, FaceTime
Ooh.
John Cena.
Ooh,
I just want to
that's good, dude.
because he'd
That's
probably make it
good.
happen.
Yeah, no, for
Probably,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Sheldon?
I would think I would ask for, like, a VR headset and, everything that I need to utilize it, you know? Just to
Right.
kill as much time, you know?
That's true,
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I forget how long they were in there for, maybe, like, 12 hours, 9 hours, I think?
Oh,
I can't
that's so
remember.
crazy,
That
dude.
sounds right.
That
Yeah. Something
and
cool.
I think some people have like, I don't know. Some people that are a little, what's the word? Maybe, I'm trying to think of the word, but people thought it was unethical or whatever.
Mhm,
The show,
mhm.
which I don't know. I don't know. How do you feel about that?
I'm gonna say lobster,
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you don't want to answer. Yeah, that's true. That might be
you know? Yeah.
kind of messed up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just in case, just in
just in
case.
case that
Yeah,
yeah, we'll skip that one.
yeah.
That is crazy though. Like that you could get anything you want. Like the fact that Mr. Beast has that like power to do that, like,
Mhm.
Mhm.
is pretty insane.
Yeah.
But I would be
And he
disappointed
came
too if
from nothing too. Like,
Yeah.
he built it all himself, just making
Mm,
crazy videos, putting in the hours.
yeah,
It's wild.
it's pretty nuts, dude.
Mhm.
But that sucks. You had to miss that day, man. That's like
Yeah.
missing the day that like Michael Jackson comes to school or whatever.
Yeah, right? I know.
Like,
I know. I know.
Dang, dude.
And there's like
Yeah.
no photos or videos, obviously, because we couldn't take any. But
Oh, yeah.
yeah, I just had to hear the stories, and I was just like, man, it's fine,
Yeah.
it's fine.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I don't know what I would ask for in the box, like, though I saw them bringing a pony or, like, a horse, but it's like,
Yeah, yeah.
how do you even get the horse in there, though? Like, I
I
guess you
Yeah.
think
just pet it?
they probably just yeah, like in the shot or like where they got the horse from.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, how do you even get a it's just crazy. How do you even get a horse there? Like, who do you call for that? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
right?
like
I'm assuming they just like research or something like how to rent a horse for a day maybe, and they just like
Just
get what
threw
they
money
need to
at it.
get. Yeah, yeah, literally,
Just
get
called the
what
dang.
they need
local
to get.
barn. Yeah.
Yeah, I wanna it would be interesting to know how much money he spent on that episode.
Yeah, right?
You know what I mean? Because it had to be a lot. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
because you
There's
think
so
about
many
all these
things.
people that are having to go and transport it all and get it there.
Mhm.
That's a lot of money too, which is
Mhm.
Yeah.
pretty insane.
Did
But
you
yeah,
get to
that's pretty cool.
go to the island or anything like that? I'm guessing you didn't do that.
No, I didn't. There was talks about it for the guards, getting to go there, but it turned out that none of us did, which honestly wasn't a bad thing because between the like long days and stuff, I think traveling and being like jet lagged and stuff like that probably would have made filming harder anyways. But a little vacation would have been nice too. But yeah.
That's true, yeah. If you would've won so you know how they were selling or they, gave away the island or whatever?
Yeah. Mhm.
Would you have, like, sold that? Or, like, I debated even if that would be worth it,
Mhm.
like, competing for, you
Um,
know?
I
Because
feel
it's like
like it'd be good to have, and then, yeah, maybe sell it or something, at
'cause it's like, what do
least.
you? Because yeah, I mean, like, you have an island,
Mhm.
then
That
how
you
do you
now have
get
to
that?
pay property tax on.
Yeah, yeah, and, like, maintain and stuff, so
Yeah.
I think I would definitely sell it, yeah.
Yeah,
Or
Yeah.
maybe
that's
visit it and then sell it.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
that's true,
Mhm,
yeah.
mhm.
And
Yeah,
I think
man.
Jimmy said you could have 1.8 million in cash or the island.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
yeah.
did he really?
Yeah.
Oh, wait,
And
that's
I think
cool.
she took the cash.
Nice.
Smart move.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's a smart
Oh,
move.
yeah, for sure, because, like, then you gotta pay, like, commissions too for, like, selling the
Yeah.
island, and island commission's way more than a home.
Mhm.
Really?
Yeah, it's because it takes, like, 2 years to sell an island or more.
Jesus.
That makes sense though, because who's really out here buying an island unless it's like
Mhm.
a big time, like, contractor that's gonna build something on it
Yeah.
for
Like, a $1.8 million island is a cheap island, like, as far as islands go.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah,
As
Yeah.
far as islands go.
I kinda thought the same thing. It was yeah, it's a pretty big island for that much,
Oh,
dude, but
okay, Sheldon,
Mhm,
let's switch it up. Let's say you're a competitor next season.
mhm.
What
Yeah.
would you spend the 5 million on?
Well, I would take away my student debt first, and then
Smart.
I'd probably use it to go to the States and do a couple auditions. Yeah, I think I would
okay.
use at least, well, I'd give some to my family, and then
Couple
I would,
dollars.
yeah, a couple thousand, and then use the rest to, I think, like support my acting career more. Probably take a couple classes, and then
Mhm.
yeah, go to the States and try to audition for as many as possible. Um, yeah, yeah, I think that's what I do. Yeah.
Yeah, that would open up the doors, I feel like, for you, like, if you
Mhm.
won it oh, dude, in next season, I think it's like isn't it 15 mil? Is that what I
What?
saw?
Damn.
I thought on the application it said 15 mil.
What?
I'm pretty
Oh,
sure. I mean, don't don't
Dang.
mark my
whoa.
words, but, that would be crazy, man, because you'd win it, you'd definitely get a spotlight, like, on your face, so you'd be like
Yeah.
Mhm.
people know you, and you
Mhm.
have 15 mil to go with it and make some auditions happen, so
Yeah.
are you thinking about doing it? Are you thinking about doing B
Applying?
scams?
I never thought about it, but I mean, maybe,
It
but would I be
it just
allowed
opened
to?
up.
I feel like they'd be like, "He knows cheat codes, but I don't know
Oh,
anything," you know?
I
Or
could
is
definitely
it
see
just a
yeah.
better perspective and, like, a cool story, like, he was a guard in the first season, now he's here to
Oh,
compete. I
that's
feel like
true.
you
Mhm.
should.
That's true. Jimmy.
Yeah.
Jimmy, are you hearing this?
Yeah, man. I could definitely see some losers though being like, "Do he know he's cheating?" You know, like starting
Mhm.
some like cheating scandal rumors, like
Yeah, yeah.
Even though it's
or like
impossible to cheat because
Yeah,
the
right?
games
It's
are
just a
that
rigged.
game.
that's true. But like me though, I kind of figured that all the guards knew Jimmy for some reason. For some reason, I thought they were all kind of like I thought you guys were all kind of like friends beforehand. You know, I didn't
Mm.
think about it as like an acting job, which is really interesting.
Yeah, no. Yeah, none of us knew him. 'Cause, yeah, we're all, like, external hires, just, like, random actors from all over. But yeah, none of us knew him, not that I know of.
Yeah.
Mm.
Mhm. Yeah, man. Well, what do you think, Oliver? We did about an hour, and we don't wanna take too much of your time,
Yeah.
Sheldon, if you're gonna go soon.
Yeah,
But,
I think we should all apply,
Yeah.
uh, for next season.
dude,
Do you
imagine
think
how
they'd offer
sick
you
that'd
the
be.
guard role again? Since you already
Maybe. That would be pretty cool too. I would
like less
love to do
training.
that again.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might as well because you already did a phenomenal job the first time, so it's like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Just running it back, yeah.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
Dude, that'd be pretty cool if us 3 got on, bro.
Yeah, yeah, right?
That would be insane,
A
man.
secret alliance, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, let's not start those yet, man.
Yeah.
I've seen how it works, bro. Everybody's ganging up on each other,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
You can't trust
Yeah,
anybody.
those were the worst challenges where it's like, "Okay, just vote someone out." Like, that would
Mhm.
suck.
I
Oh,
know. Yeah.
there were
And
I
then
bet
so
that's
many of
hard to
those.
watch too.
Because then, you would think the first impression of everyone was like, "Great vibes, I'm gonna have a good time," you know? But then they're like, "No, like, get him out. No, you promised me." And then you're just like, "What the hell is going on?" You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Dude, they should next season, bro, they should, like, throw in a Bachelor, bro, and make it
The
like a
Bachelor.
collab with, like, The Bachelor with Beast
Bachelor
Game.
Beast Games.
Yeah, dude, like,
Be
while
cool.
everybody's competing, they're still trying to impress, like, Jonathan or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Trying to get the rose at the same time as the 15 mil.
That's what they're competing for, yeah. Or maybe they
Oh,
one
yeah.
or the other, the rose or 5 mil.
Yeah, one of the one of the bribes is like yeah, dude, spend a night with Keisha or whatever. Yeah, that was it's kinda crazy. But yeah.
You have to lobster that, I don't know.
Oh, no.
But yeah, we can wrap it up if you want, Oliver.
Uh, yeah,
Is there
we
anything else,
also hit
Sheldon,
it.
you wanna say?
Yeah.
Um, no, I feel like we covered it. This was great. You guys are super chill and super fun. Thanks for having me on your podcast as
Of course.
well. But yeah,
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 man. Thank you for hopping on, man. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
yeah, no problem.
And
Um,
any, casting directors or writers, producers, anyone that can get Sheldon some more roles, you heard it here, what he's interested in.
Yeah,
So
yeah, man.
hit him up.
got a
Yeah, man.
got a
His
big brain.
Instagram, Sheldon, what's your Instagram?
It's Sheldon Austin B.
Sheldon Austin B.
Bet, dude.
All right.
Cool,
Thank you
man.
everyone
Alright,
for
yeah, wait, let's
listening.
stay in touch too, man.
Oh yeah, yeah.